Hello, I'm Robert Sims, a PhD student at Lancaster University in the United Kingdom. This is our study presentation for LogiBot, investigating engagement and development of computational thinking through virtual reality. This study was completed in collaboration with the other authors while completing a master's module in HCI at Lancaster University. A constant theme in education is that active engagement of learners is always more effective than simple dissemination of information. Virtual reality learning experience can be a driver of engagement through immersion. Research also shows that younger learners display a higher level of immersion while using tangible objects. In many educational curriculums, emphasis is now being placed on computer programming as a key skill. Various programming tools and games aim to address this need, such as Scratch and LogiBot. In this study, we explore engagement through VR-based learning tools by contributing LogiBot, a VR application that aims to teach programming concepts through gamification. We hypothesize VR will be more engaging versus desktop learning applications. The reason for this higher level of engagement will be attributed to the high interactivity with tangible objects within the VR game environment. We developed LogiBot using the Unity game development platform and virtual reality toolkit. LogiBot is designed to run on the low-cost Oculus Go VR headset and the Samsung Gear VR. Both are 3 degrees of freedom. Programming blocks are implemented as interactable objects. We purposefully minimized menus and other typical GUI elements. There are 4 instruction blocks: forward, jump, rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. Instructions are placed in a tray that the system iterates through sequentially to make the robot move. Later levels include a secondary tray that will iterate through n times, and this simulates a loop. We chose to run a comparison study between our VR application, LogiBot, and a desktop application, LogiBot. Both applications seek to teach programming concepts, but not syntax, via block-based programming. The study was run with 10 participants, 7 male and 3 female. The age range of the participants were 18 to 55. The participants were split into 2 groups. 6 participants used LogiBot and 4 used LogiBot. LogiBot participants completed the first 2 sections within that application. LogiBot participants completed all 5 levels within LogiBot. On completing the tasks, both groups of participants were asked to complete the User Engagement Survey, UES. We also conducted semi-structured interviews with all participants to identify their motivations and insights when carrying out the tasks. Questions included details about perceived learnability of the system, comfort, and interface. The UES consists of 30 5-point Likert-style questions measuring 4 latent variables: focused attention, perceived usability, aesthetic appeal, and reward factor. It has previously been used to measure engagement in VR games. We found a statistically significant difference in focused attention for the applications. LogiBot was significantly higher than LogiBot. We found a statistically significant difference in perceived usability for the applications. LogiBot was significantly higher than LogiBot. There was no significant difference in aesthetic appeal or reward factor for either application. Interview responses and observations indicated that participants found the learning experience of LogiBot to be an enjoyable one and compared it to the programming of other robot toys, i.e. Logo. Other responses indicated that both sets of participants were likely to explore the interface and environment within each application rather than following instructions. Participants stated they liked the pseudo-physical grabbing interaction for moving blocks within LogiBot. The experiment observers noted that a surprising amount of motion was displayed by the LogiBot participants, despite their application being a seated experience. The results show that the perceived usability and focused attention for LogiBot scores significantly higher than LogiBot, indicating that the VR interface of LogiBot does not significantly contribute to user engagement. The neutral results for aesthetic appeal for LogiBot indicate that there is less evidence of the wow factor from using VR applications than is generally assumed. Perhaps with the proliferation of low-cost VR devices such as the Oculus Go or now the Oculus Quest, VR is now treated as more commonplace or more expected. The results indicate that in its current form, LogiBot is not more engaging than LightBot, and by extension, VR is not automatically more engaging than desktop applications. Thus, we reject our H1 hypothesis, while also making H2 invalid. Overall, the observations show that it may be necessary to think more deeply about interactions with VR applications versus traditional desktop applications, and translating an existing desktop experience to VR could not itself be relied upon to make that experience more engaging. As a preliminary exploratory study, the number of study participants was low. We aim to conduct a thorough playtest of LogiBot with additional participants to identify further interaction issues which we will look to solve. With the launch of the Oculus Quest and Quest 2, we would like to port LogiBot to this device, which will increase the options for interactions, and it would be interesting to see if this has any impact on the level of engagement experienced by users. We provide the preliminary results of a study to investigate engagement with VR block-based programming games. Our results indicate that familiarity with VR by users no longer guarantees that VR is more engaging than similar traditional desktop applications. This places an ever greater emphasis on designing effective interactions within VR if VR-based learning tools like LogiBot are to show benefits of use over existing traditional desktop environments.